So the question is, how do you practice Lokottara meditation? Before anyone can practice Lokottara meditation, they have to understand what Lokottara is and comprehend Dhamma. Without comprehending Dhamma, no one can really practice the Lokottara meditation. So first step is getting to Samadhi or comprehending Dhamma, or in other words, understanding anicca dukkha anatta in a way that it doesn't go away from you. So this is 100% vital. This is when you become sotapanna or you become samadhi. Once you become samadhi, you have grasped the idea of Buddhism. In other words, you get to a state where you understand, okay, loka anatai, nibbana anatai. So nibbana is the only sara, or the only important thing that is left to achieve. There is nothing in the world that is important as such to achieve. Once you get the understanding, that understanding doesn't mean that you become a monk or you go to a monastery and spend the rest of your life in a monastery or anything like that. This is just an understanding. You can still spend a family life. You can spend time with your family, become successful, earn money, do whatever you like as a normal person. But the understanding never disappears. Even if you die and if you are born again, you will still have that understanding. You will not know how you got it in the next life, but you will still have the feel that there is nothing to grasp in this world as such that is important. So that's what is vital before practicing Lokottara meditation. What is Lokottara? What is the difference between Lokottara and Lokika? So Lokika is based on the Loka, so the mundane or worldly things. So you focus on something in the world, such as air, fire, maybe, a candle or anything like that, and then focus on that and you improve your life. And your objective is to get better in terms of better focus, better results, better life, better sleep, better breathing, better health. It could be anything, but that's to do with the life and your world. But the Lokottara meditation is there to achieve Nibbana. So you are seeing the value of Nibbana or Nibbana. How do you see that? By seeing the fire. There are 3 types of fire: Ragagini, Dveshagini, and Mohagini. What are Ragagini? When you go behind desires, you end up in a suffering. Why? Because you create 3 types of sufferings when you go behind something. They're called the Sankhara Dukkha, Dukkha Dukkha, and Viparinama Dukkha. What is Sankhara? In order to get something, you need to work on it. It's not going to come to you naturally. For example, you want to buy a house. You want to buy a house. You want to get a wife. You want to get a child. Whatever it is, you have to work towards getting it. So that work is a suffering, although you don't see that as a suffering because you're looking at the result, and you are happy looking at the result. For example, you are working 10 times more and saving a lot of money in order to buy a house. You don't see that as a suffering, although you are suffering. Because you are seeing the house. Wow, when I get a house, I'm going to be happy. And it's going to change our life. It's going to change everything. That's what you're thinking. But unfortunately, nothing changes after buying the house except for a little period. You will get some sort of happiness because you are ending the craving that you created yourself in buying a house. Then starts the dukkha. Now you have a house, but now you need to start looking after the house. You have a new suffering that you created. If you have a dog, if you have a child, it's the same thing. You are scared, you want to protect what you own, what you think is yours. Now it's a new suffering. If it was a puppy who didn't belong to you, you didn't have that suffering before. But now it's yours. Now it becomes your suffering, your problem. Now, the third type of dukkha is the viparinama dukkha, because they change. Not according to your liking, the way it's supposed to change. If it's a house, you see wear and tear. If it's a car, you see wear and tear. If it's a child, they grow up, they don't become what you want them to become. They do whatever they want, and then you suffer because of them. If it's a dog, grow up, do some helping, and then they die one day. And then it becomes a suffering because you don't want it to die, but death is something that they bring when they come to you. And then that happens, and then it becomes a suffering. So these kind of things happen when you attach with anything. 3 sufferings. And you are effectively attaching the sufferings, nothing else. Because the dog was there all along, the house was there all along, the car was there all along. You just put it into your mind and started thinking that it's mine. And then when it got away from you, you started suffering. And when you die, you have to leave everything anyway. And then that becomes a suffering. If you are attached to it, you can't leave it, then that becomes another suffering, because now you will stay with it. So that's what you are focusing on when you're doing the Lokottara meditation. So these are all fires, gini, that is burning you. So the more you attach, the more you suffer. The less you attach, the less you suffer. If you have a dog with the neighbor, the dog sometimes comes to you and you give some food. You're attached to that dog, but not as much as you're attached to your dog. So if the neighbor's dog die, you still suffer a little bit, not as much as how you would suffer if your dog dies, because you're attached less. So the more you attach, the more you suffer. The less you attach, the less you suffer. So that's why you need to let go of the attachments. The more you let go, the more you do not suffer. Or the more you let go, the less you suffer. So that is what understanding Dhamma and comprehending Dhamma and focusing on the Lokottara when you're doing meditation. So Raga Gini Nivi Nivi Nivan Suva Danenawa. Because when you are sitting down and doing meditation, you are not attached to anything. You have no raga at that particular time. You have no dvesha. You're not hating anyone at that time. You're not with anger. So you're not burning. Otherwise you're burning. If you have some anger, you know how much you burn. You're burning inside, you're burning from outside. So what happens is you are letting this out, and then you can feel the Nibbana. That is what Nibbana is. So it's not having the fire is the Nibbana. And when you don't have raga and dvesha, you don't have moha. There are no delusions. So that is what you're focusing on when you're doing meditation. So it could be etang santang etam panitang yadidan sabba sankhara samato sabhu padi pati nissago tanhakkayo virago nirodo nibbānanti. So it's the same thing. Etang santang ema santai ema pranitai. What is the nice thing to do? The Nibbana is the nice thing. So you focus on Nibbana as the ultimate goal, as the nice thing. And letting go is what is nice. Without attaching is the nice thing. Not attaching is the nice thing to do. That is what gives you the freedom, the tranquility, and the peace. So you focus on that and enjoy. And that is the Lokottara meditation. Thank you very much. Tervan Sanna.